Okay, let's see if this works. Hello everyone. It's Amuleta again, and it's time for my weekly update. And this week was a lot of little bug fixy type things, getting things working. Um, um, yeah, I'll just kind of jump in and start showing you. To start with, because it's easier to show it this way. The Buzzy Beetles are now stopping on the platform as they're supposed to. Um, what was going on was I kept trying to add stuff to help them look for in front of them, and what I ended up doing was accidentally putting in subtract half their sprite width, and it worked. So I'm just sticking with that until something breaks. Um, they are still not in the game proper all that much. You'll see when we get that far. But I am in the middle of like rearranging the pyramid, so hopefully that will work. So here's the little Buzzy Beetles for now. Everything else I can show you in the game proper, so let me get that pulled up here. Um, been a while since we had the music on here. Hopefully it's not too loud. So a lot of these are bugs that I found while Midnight Blue was playtesting last time. And one of the first ones I can show off is on the title screen. If you're using a controller and you press whatever start button you have on your controller, it would pause the music. And that was very unintentional, and now it's fixed. As you can hear, the music is still going on. A couple other like little sound-based things that I'm not really going to show off, but they were there. If you were to die while fighting the boss, like during their intro phase, during the music's intro, I should say, then it would not stop when the death music played. So I had to fix that. And I noticed that for collecting 100 coins, you didn't get the 1-up sound. You still got the 1-up, but you just didn't get the sound, so add that. So, a couple more little sound treats in there that are just things that I kind of overlooked. Let's go ahead and turn the music off here, just so it's not, as distracting. Let's see here. Okay. And so I got things to show off with Birdo and Luigi. Let's go ahead and start with Birdo, and I'll start by showing off, hey, looky there. She's got veggies. So this is her bomb-type weapon. Once again, kind of shooting down. She picks it up, holds it for a second, throws it down. Well, literally half a second she holds it. But she'll throw it down. It's a little bit stronger than normal. It does fire a little slow. I either need to crank up the attack rate on it or make it stronger. Probably that second one. She sort of turned out to be a slow but hard-hitting character, but we'll kind of see how things play out as we go through. Something else. Sorry, I have a checklist here, so I'm just kind of going down the checklist. Oh, yeah. Birdo's eggs no longer go through walls, because that is something that they were doing by accident. And you may have noticed I just had another laser power up there, another hammer suit. When Midnight Blue was playing, when we died during the checkpoint and continued, we would go back to the checkpoint and realize that the only power-up I had in the second half of the stage was just the shield. So I added power blocks into the second half of the stage. Not 100% satisfied with the placement, but a lot of these screens are subject to being moved around anyways when the time comes. So they work for now. Let's see here. Okay. Something else that I can maybe try to show off here is... Okay, I actually need to avoid grabbing the shield for right now. But, yeah, I got 2 lives left. I'm gonna try to show this off here. Something I did catch when Midnight Blue was playing was that the piranha plants were... Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to. Were hurting them. The piranha plants were hurt even before they got out of the pipe, so I had to adjust their hitboxes. Make it a little bit fairer, although not something you're gonna probably notice most of the time, but it is there. Something else I can show off is when you get a game over, it now shows your character's name. Birdo, Mario, Luigi, instead of just saying Mario. Again, a minor thing, but it's something that I've been meaning to clean up for a while, so now that works. And when you continue from the game over screen, you you go back to the beginning of the stage instead of back to the checkpoint. What we had to do during our playtest was to have Midnight Blue quit the game, go back to the tile screen to go back to the start of the stage, and that was just, that's not the way that's supposed to work, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Luigi. I still need to put in a way to change characters in stages here. Sorry, I had to have a drink of water, my throat's getting dry. Anyways, yeah, I know, super professional. But yeah, we got Luigi for the next little thing we need to show off, as well as the desert stage. And to start with that, we will show off his spark. It has a bigger hitbox now. Still goes through walls, but now it actually looks like it could actually hit a few things. It's still a little buggy. I need to adjust the way it spreads and like hurts other enemies nearby, but it's getting better. I also want to adjust its flight pattern somehow so it doesn't overlap with the bullets. Either give it a different pattern or give it a, or like maybe slow it down or something, not sure. And then we also have Luigi's shield, which, the aura thing's sort of working. It's easier to see, but like the green against the blue background is still not great. And, I don't know, the sparks coming off, it just look kind of, don't look right. I'm still working on that. But then we got our pyramid here, and so I'm starting to widen some of the passageways. What I think I will do is here, let's go and restart. What I will probably do is make some of the passageway narrow and just have obstacles, and then other passageways wider with the enemies in them. And obviously I can play around with that a little bit, you know, especially when you get to later parts of the stage, should be harder. But, yeah, that is that. One last thing I can show off is that, like the piranha plants going off into space, if you were to die at the entrance of the pyramid, the background for the pyramid would keep moving. I did manage to get that fixed, so let's go ahead and just, there we go, and you can see the background doesn't move. Yeah, although Mr. Sunshine is still moving, but he's kind of supposed to leave at that point anyway, so, yeah, maybe keep it. I do kind of like the idea of him just, like, moving on, like, okay, my work here is done, so we'll see. But, yeah, that should be everything. Just kind of go over my little checklist here, because I actually have a list this time to be semi-organized. Yeah, with this release, the new weapons for the characters are more or less done. I'm going to keep tweaking them and kind of seeing how they make them work to the best of their ability, but, you know, I'm not adding whole new systems for them anytime soon. Obviously I got other characters to work on, but I need to work on sprites and get those going. But, hopefully this next week I can focus on getting some of Stage 2 actually built and start fleshing that out a bit. I've already got an idea for the boss, I just need to get to where I can implement it, and, yeah. I'm a little scared, because I know I need to work on Stage 2, and I've been having a hard time coming up with, like, level ideas, but I got a few ideas, and I got, one more enemy I want to try to get to work in Stage 2. That'll give me a few things to work with. I might adjust how long Mr. Sunshine is on the screen, because he does seem to be on there for only for a very short time, although he was on there for a very short time back in the original game. Man, I have options. I just need to kind of play around and start building a stage. But that is hopefully what I can work on this next week. And that will be it from me for right now. As always, thank you for watching. Feedback is always welcome and appreciated. I'm trying to remember my little sign off here. I guess, like, since it's the YouTube, I should be saying, like, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that type of stuff, but this is kind of more meant to be a, dev diary to keep me going, to keep me honest, and keep working on stuff. So, I mean, if you did come across this, or you do like what you see, I would appreciate it, but I'm not going to force it on you or anything. I probably won't even bring it up after this. It's just, I don't know. I noticed I have, like, 30 of these videos on here now, so, but, yeah, I'm going to go put this up on itch. I'm going to go, post the video. So anyone who, I mean, if you're watching it, obviously I already did that, but you know what I mean. And yeah, I hope you have a great week, and take care.